What we are looking at, there's different connections available in the marketplace at the moment. The initial connections on the panels were our MC3 connectors, which are these little guys, and they plugged in quite comfortably to each other, requiring a fair amount of force to put them together. Relatively easy to get out just by a simple pull, which meant that the market started saying that they were too simple to take apart, and a new type of connector came onto the market, which is our MC4 connector. I was going to screw this one back up again, and yes, I'm talking with two short bits of cable here, just with our connectors on the end, and they plug in together with each other very comfortably. Got our little clips which hold them together. One of the things we need to be aware of is that manufacture points going together must come from an individual manufacturer, and we need to be aware of the fact that if they have little red rings on them, they are not the original MC4 connectors from Switzerland, and really the connection points inside there and inside there do not always make good contact with each other inside because of the stringent tolerances that were set up by Switzerland. The copycats haven't kept those tolerances as they should, and these connections do tend to fail more often than not. That's why our regulations changed to force the use of like connections with like connections from the same manufacturer. Another connection that we have at the moment on the market are Radox connectors. They follow very much our MC4 type connector. As we can see, they're very similar. This one's got a little stainless steel band out around the back of it, which once the whole connection is made up, and we'll go through one of those in a moment, can actually be crimped on, and this is the only connection available on the market at the moment which gives us our IP66 rating. Yes, these do just push in and plug in, but we are then required to twist it tight, and it becomes impossible to pull apart unless you screw it apart. There's a threaded section inside here with another mating threaded section inside there, and the screwing them together ensures that you get a very good electrical contact point inside. Highly recommended. Prepare our cable end. Sure you guys all know how to do this, but to show you the connection point, I need to do it. Our end slides over very comfortably. Our tube connector slides over our wire very comfortably using our crimping tool, which gives us here it's giving us the large connector, which is that end would go in there and crimp closed. I'll do that in a moment, but we have a 6mm and a 4mm. We're looking with a 4mm one at the moment. Getting it in nice and secure. Make sure that it's all pulled up very nicely. Crimp it closed, giving us a nice four-sided crimp, guaranteed to get a very decent connection there and full contact area and surface. Close it up very nicely, and this is where we ensure our IP66 rating that we're looking for by putting a hex form and crimping our shroud onto our cable, giving us a nice IP66 rating. We've got our end on, and what normally happens is this would plug together, push in nice and tight, go for our final screw up nice and tight, ensure that we've got a good contact there, and we cannot pull that apart. Getting a little bit more force into this lot, and we are really, come closer to me, there we are really pulling a lot of force on that. There's a good 200 kilogram force on either end of this, and it doesn't pull apart. To get it apart, it's got to be screwed, and then it comes apart very simply.